Hey everybody, Chad Casket here again. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to obtain glass fibers. This is probably going to be the most important video that I make for patch 3.3 because glass fibers is everything to the new craft. You use the glass fibers to make luminous fibers. So as you can see in my inventory here, I've got just a boatload of collectibles. There's deep fried Okeanos up there, which is the collectible that you need to get the counterfoil for the Culinarian. Red scripts here, we're going to be turning those into blue scripts to buy the gear, and we're going to be desynthing it all. And then I've also got adamantite and chisel greens there that are 530 collectability to turn into counterfoils as well. So first off, I'm going to trade in some of my red scripts here for some blue scripts. Now, I don't really know of another use other than getting some materia for the red scripts. So all the old red scripts, however, that you had saved up, you might as well just go ahead and turn them into blue scripts and do this with. Because unless you want to buy like the jewelry and crap that takes red scripts to buy, which would be silly because you can buy so much more of these. But right now I'm just gonna turn in all these deep fried Okeanos for the cooking counterfoil, type 1 cooking counterfoil. And the goldsmith, I did the chrysolite earring of intelligence, or whatever it was. I forgot exactly what it was, but I've already got a bunch of the goldsmith counterfoils down there, as you can see, because the materials to make that was like 3 chrysolites, an arm Regis nugget that you can get from the bath, and then one other thing, I forgot exactly what it was, but pretty simple mats to get. And then getting the 530 collectability on the adamantite and the chisel greens is a pretty simple process. I made a little video showing how to get the 530 collectability, where you can get like 2 or 3 out of each node. So this is basically like really an endless way to get glass fibers. You want to come over here and buy all this I-180 gear and desynth it. Now, if you're like me, like I didn't have my desynth up because I'm a jackass and didn't have that ready, even though I knew that desynth was going to be a big thing. But you can desynth this gear into glass fiber, or you can desynth void arc stuff into glass fibers as well. But I don't want to run a 45-minute raid to possibly get maybe 1 or 2 pieces of gear to desynth into glass fiber. I think that's more for people that ran it for the grade 5 materials and stuff, which that wasn't me. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to fill my inventory with as much leather worker shit as I can possibly buy, and then I'm going to pop my bacon broth and Tinker's Calm to make sure that I desynth this stuff and don't blow it up and waste it. But anyway, the jump from my leather worker desynth was kind of rough. I desynthed all that stuff out there in Aziz Law at the little node thing there, and his desynth was maybe like 175 once I finally got to a point where I couldn't desynth that stuff anymore. So I had like a long way to go before I could get to this stuff. So what I did was crafted probably about 50 to 60 griffin leather rings, because those only take 1 griffin leather and 1 fieldcraft 3, which I can get those by desynthing other stuff. And so it only takes like 1 mat, and right now griffin leather costs nothing. If that still costs a lot on your server, then odorless animal fat doesn't cost anything. If that costs a lot on your server, then blue strips, heck, are endless. You know, you can go out and do your favors and get enough stuff, because they nerfed down the odorless animal fats. It only takes 3 blue ooids and 3 blade leaves to get 15 odorless animal fats, which is 3. That's enough for 3 griffin leather rings right there. And what I did was just no quality crafted them, and then shoved some crap materia in them to help the desynth level. and then just desynth them over and over and over until I got my desynth high enough. But as you can see, that was the first set of 5 desynths that we just did there, and I think I've already got 5 glass fibers. Yeah, we got 5 glass fibers out of the very first 5. I don't expect it to be that good every time, because it hasn't been that good each time, but still, if you think about it, this is literally like an endless way to just keep glass fibers coming. Because when you're not gathering adamantite and chisel, you can be crafting the deep fried okeanis or the chrysolite earrings or whatever those were, and just keep it going. And then blue scripts are endless. I mean, you can just continue crafting the same thing over and over all day long, getting a mass amount of blue scripts. See, there was even some high quality glass fiber. Some of them are even like yielding 2 at a time. So this is definitely a pretty quick way to get these. Now, I mean, I did the treasure maps, and out of like 1 treasure map, I could get 5 or 6 glass fibers if I was insanely lucky in the Aquapolis, which was really fun and is really cool. But it's hard to get, you know, a group of people ready and up and organized enough to want to go out and do dragon skin maps for very long. Much less like if you've got 20 or 30 maps yourself that you saved up. I mean, it's going to take a while to get all those done. So might as well just go ahead and do this, and you know, sell those maps. They're selling for like 300,000 or 400,000 right now. But out of all these, we'll see how many glass fibers we end up with here. Like I said, I went leather worker. I've been leather worker desynth forever, so I already had him at like maybe about 170 or so right before patch. So it wasn't too bad getting his desynth level all the way up. And then even the stuff that this stuff desynths down into, if you don't get glass fiber, you can get some field crafts. Those are used in the crafts as well. So if you're not actually planning on crafting this stuff yourself, at least all this stuff is pretty sellable. So yeah, I mean, that piece of dragon leather right there was 10,000, which is really not much, but I mean, this is like literally free stuff, because if you were like me and hoarded up your red scripts thinking something awesome was going to happen, and then patch came, you're like, well, doesn't look like anything awesome happened. Well, actually it did. Like, it took a minute for us to realize that you can desynth all this stuff, all the 180 gear, into glass fibers. So keep doing this here. And the high quality Tinker's Calms go for 10 minutes. So I only have to use like probably just this one. And then, see, I just blew that one up at 98.5%. That's ridiculous. But probably only have to use this one here, and then I should be able to 100% these things. Okay. So just go through and keep buying them again. I mean, it'd be good if when you were doing like the collecting for the crafting collectibles, not the gathering ones, if you got a whole bunch of different kinds, like say I'm leather worker, well, if I crafted like one of each collectible to do for these counterfoils, then I could buy like a pair of everybody's shoes, and you know, a pair of some people's pants and stuff like that. But I always do the shoes on the crafters here, because it only takes 3 blue scripts. It's not going to make a difference if you buy the pants or the headpieces or whatever, because those just cost 1 extra script. So you might as well get your money's worth and get more pairs of shoes, other than you know, getting something else and using more scripts. And even on, as you've noticed, on your Rowena's, on your Rowena's timer, you'll notice like the crafting ones, dude, like you'll have one craft in there that'll give you almost 200 blue scripts just for turning one in. So So craft that thing 10 times, and that'll be you know, 40 blue scripts, I think is what it would equal out to, because it's 50 blue scripts equals 1 token. So that would be 20 tokens per every 2,000. I think if my math is right, I don't know. Maybe that's 40 tokens per every 2,000. But anyway, whatever. I don't know. I got too many numbers running in my head constantly. But this is a good way to do it. Obviously, doing the Moogle quest, everybody's having a lot of fun with the Moogles and stuff. So they give you the Kupo nuts, which you turn into glass fibers as well. Let's see where we're at here in a second. Keep going doing this over and over. So we're at 10 so far. I haven't really gotten a whole bunch since that first batch gave us 5. And then after that, kind of had a dry spell here, but that's okay. I mean, especially like with the gathering ones, those, I mean, that like will just literally cost you no money at all. You don't even have to craft something to do them. Just go get the adamantite and chisel. You get like 4 of those every real life hour, so, or 4 of those each, so that's 8 pairs of shoes you can do every hour. And then at the end of the week, if you're not into doing like the goblin cups and goblin dice, if you just want to craft your own stuff, which I'm going to do for my gatherers, but for my crafters, I'm going to do this 200 script main hand, and then I'll craft the offhand just for funsies. And but anyway, you could just take your red scripts and straight up turn them into blue scripts, because that's 36 blue scripts right there off of your 9 red ones each week. So 36, that's 13 or 12. That's 12 pairs of shoes right there that you can desynth. And out of that first batch of 5, I got 5 glass fibers. So it's still kind of a matter of you can go script gear or you can go craft it, but they gave us a lot of different ways to get glass fibers, which is why you know, a week or 2 into the patch here, you're going to see the glass fiber market just literally bombarded with glass fibers, because everybody wants to make that money like right in the beginning, which is good. But bad thing is the people that are selling the gear, like selling the Ironworks gear and selling all that stuff, it's like they've got that stuff up on the market board already for millions and millions and millions of dollars, and by the time that you're able to craft that stuff, those markets are just going to be like overloaded. And if they aren't overloaded, the people that are selling them watch those prices like constantly. At least on my server, like the top dog crafters on my server, I have mad respect for, but it's very hard to be in any of those markets like that because of the competition. Everybody wants their shit to sell and all that, so I would rather probably just sell a bunch of mats and crap like that. Once I get my guys fully geared out and ready for 4.0, which is I think what we're prepping for, because this is the last set that we're going to get. But once I get all that done, it's not going to be a whole lot of competition on the market boards for me anymore. I did a lot of that in 3.2, and it turned out to not be very fun, so we'll just continue doing what we do best and just play the game, try to have some fun, do some fishing, you know, do whatever. So it looks like we ended up with 14 glass fibers, and look, I've still got 23 counterfoils here. It's just that my Tinker's Calm ran out. So I'll go ahead and cut the video there. But yeah, and then these right here, the horn glue and spruce lumber, hell, you can still do the spruce plywood trick with getting Mastercrafts and Fieldcraft 3s that way. I've been doing that, so hopefully this helps everybody out if you're looking for glass fibers and you need them for your new gear. If you've got any questions, feel free to toss them in the comments there, and I'll make sure and answer them. Like and subscribe. I hope you like the content I'm putting out. But anyway, we will see you guys out there. Thanks so much for watching.